Welcome back, it's Frank. So today we're talking about something a little more interesting. Where do you start the program? When you start programming, it's gonna be hard to figure this out. You're gonna look at different avenues. You're gonna start looking at colleges or looking at different courses, or you may say, hey, maybe go to a boot camp. But you gotta look inside and say, okay, why do I really wanna code? What's the important part of this? But here's what I think you should do before you start programming at the very beginning. Start looking at the actual project that you want to work on. Start the project first before you do anything else. I know you might say, why would you ever want to do that? Well, the whole point of starting with the project is you get a sense of what you don't know. So for some people who go get their MBA after they graduate college, well, because they want you to get the experience of the real world first, working, and you go back to school and get your MBA. You have the connections of real life in your head as you're learning the new sequences. Because if you went into your MBA first, you have no idea how it relates. Same thing. I think working on a project first, if you're gonna start from the very beginning, I mean from scratch, come up with an idea that you like, something that means something to you personally, and try to build something with that. You might say, well, I don't know how to do this. Some people might say, well, isn't that the wrong way? Why don't you just go straight to a boot camp? And that may be the case. But what happens is if you get your hands in dirty first, trying to figure some things out and trying to build something on your own and realize, okay, I'm doing this all wrong. I don't know how to make this work compared to what I see out there in the real world. What happens is when you go to that boot camp or you go to that specific course curricula, or if you go to this specific college, for example, and start learning how to do these different systems, you realize that, wow, everything I've learned, I see the connections now. I see what I did wrong. This is how I should do it. And also gives you more appreciation for what you're learning, and you actually excel a lot better. So I like why a lot of people who go back to college do really well, because they really have appreciation for everything they learn. So what I would say is, if you're gonna start looking into programming, look at the actual programming packages. Download some things, write some code of your own, create your own project. And as you begin to try to build that thing, you realize all the things you don't know. You begin to start realizing what you could figure out. You start learning online, because I'm gonna be honest with you. The real part of learning how to code is learning on your own. It's not learning at a boot camp. It's not learning at college. Even though all these things would teach you to go in the right direction, the fundamentals are very important to learn in these places. But as time goes on, these things are gonna keep changing, and the rate of the changing is happening faster every day. So when you want to learn a program, start learning yourself. Open a project, start writing code that has some importance, and whatever that target thing you're trying to build, use every tool available to you to help you build that thing. So for example, if you're building something in VR, you have no idea how to do it. Guess what? A lot of other programmers don't either. So you can't expect to say, hey, if I go to this school, I'm gonna learn how to do VR. It's actually not the case. A lot of programmers don't know how to do this, so you have to go and look up online or research this or figure things out just like you do. So the playing field is even. There's not anything special about going to college, boot camps, or any of these things. Because the field is changing so much, it gives you leverage to learn something on your own and be able to figure it out. And if you get able to figure it out on your own, you become really, really suited to either start your own company or get a really good high-paying job, or just, hey, get kudos when you go to these different hackathons, something like that. So what I'm saying to you is, when you're looking at trying to choose if you're going to college, doing a course, or looking at just building through your, I guess, a boot camp or something like that, think about what are you trying to build, because at the end of the day, what you're building from these different schools or college, whatever, always go back to why you're building your project, right? If you're at a job, they want you to figure out how to do projects. So that's what I say about that. If you like this video, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.